of you. It's nice to meet you. I just want to start by introducing myself. I'm Grace Cox, and I'm going to be your mediator today. How would you guys like to be referred to during our meeting?
Sean is fine.
Okay, nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Grace.
I'm good with Emily.
Okay, nice to meet you, Emily. Thank you guys for coming. I'd really like to start by congratulating you guys on, coming here and having the motivation to find a solution to your problems. I'm really happy about that. So, I want to start by explaining this process to you, the process of mediation. I don't think many people exactly know beforehand, and I want to set you at ease so you know these next steps, what will be happening, and you're just prepared for the process ahead. So, and I will also be laying down some ground rules for us to follow during our session so we can all feel heard, acknowledged, and respected during this meeting. Does that sound good to you both? Are you ready to do that?
Yeah, sounds good. All right.
Okay. So, I want to explain mediation. It is a way to resolve differences with the assistance of a neutral third party, which will be myself during this meeting. This particular method will allow both of you to share your situations and your feelings, and with the goal of having a solution or just expressing yourselves if this is the right kind of situation for mediation, and will hopefully leave you both satisfied with the outcome. So the structure of this meeting will be me explaining what's going on and giving you some direction. It's kind of a long formality, so I just want you to be patient with me as we go through this. I was telling you important steps, and it will really help guide us through what we're doing today. So after I explain to you what we're going to do, I will have you both share your perspectives on your situation and the conflict at hand, so I can get a better picture of how you're both feeling and the issues that we're here to solve, what those are. Then we will set an agenda, which is basically a list of the issues that we see happening, and just get an idea of the concrete things we want to problem solve around. So then we will be able to negotiate with some ideas to help and problem solve with those. And then at the end, we'll see if we want to set up a follow-up meeting, if we want to sign an agreement on the things we brainstorm and come up with for problem solvers to make sure you both leave feeling fulfilled and happy with what we did today. So, as your mediator, I am here to facilitate your conversation, and I will remain neutral, as I stated before, during this entire discussion. I'm not favoring either side. I'm not here to tell you who is right or wrong. I'm really just here to make sure you guys are conversing in a good way, basically. Just here to remain neutral and help you come out with, guide you to a beneficial outcome, basically. So, as for ground rules, I think it's important that we all respect each other today and refrain from interruptions during our discussion, particularly, but through the entire meeting. And also, if you guys have any questions at any point, please feel free to let me know if something's too complex or if you're not understanding what it means. Feel free to ask me any questions. But if you end up having a point to make while someone else is speaking and you don't want to interrupt, I brought Post-it notes for you guys to take notes on. So if you come up with something that you feel is important to talk about,
Thank you.
yeah, just jot it down and then we can do so. So I just want to make sure we are all refraining from interrupting and respecting each other's time and being here. So as far as respecting time, we agreed on a 40 to 45 minute meeting today. And I'd like to keep it to that time. Does that still work for both of you? Okay.
Yeah.
If we need more time, we can set another meeting, but I'd like to respect each other's time today and stick to that time limit we set. So I'm almost done here. I just have to mention a few more important elements of the mediation, and then we can get to sharing your experiences and perspectives. So, while you're sharing your experiences with me, I will be taking notes with a third pen that I should have somewhere. And you don't need to be concerned about these notes. I will not be sharing these. After the meeting, we can destroy them, I will dispose of them. These are just for me to help map out an idea for all of us on how to go forward and solve the conflict at hand. So everything that we discuss will be confidential, and I won't be sharing it outside of this meeting with anyone. And I'm not judging you for your circumstances. I won't be sharing, and this is just for us to help you basically carry through with how you're feeling, and find some agreements we can, agree upon. So, do you both feel ready and prepared after hearing the ground rules we've set and, the procedure at hand? The layout?
Yeah.
Okay, any questions or anything before we get started?
I guess I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If at any point it feels like this has become, unnecessary, what would we do to move forward? What happens when we hit a roadblock?
Okay, if we feel
I'm curious about that too.
Okay. If we feel like the mediation isn't helping, we can always take a break as well if we feel overwhelmed or feel like maybe emotions are getting in the way of finding our solutions. But if we feel like the mediation isn't necessary, perhaps in this case, and it could not be for you for this situation, we can agree on ending the meeting, and we don't have to come to any solutions. We can determine that this isn't right for the mediation. But we'll start by sharing our perspectives, making an agenda, and seeing if that's even worth our time. If it ends up not being worth our time, that's fine as well. So I think we'll find out as it goes, and if you're starting to feel like this isn't helpful, you can, relay that to me, and we can decide how to move forward. That's a problem. So, I don't know if you guys have a preference on who talks first on the issue. I'd like you guys to determine who should go.
Doesn't matter for me.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay. Well, how about we start with Emily then?
Okay.
For no particular reason, but.
Sure. Okay. Well, what do you want to know? Why am I even here?
Well, that is for you to determine why you're here. I was told you guys were two college students coming in for needing some assistance. It sounds like there was a confrontation, and I really don't have any details. So,
Okay.
do you feel like you have anything to share? What is your
Sure.
relationship
Yeah.
maybe to each other? We can
Well,
start there.
I guess, in reference to the confrontation, me and Sean have known each other for a while now, since our freshman year of college, and it's getting towards the end. We're heading towards graduation. Sean's a senior now, and so things are kind of winding down. Who knows how much longer we may even be seeing each other. I know we saw each other. We used to see each other a lot. We'd hang out, and we'd use his house to have friends over and things like that. But recently I feel like things have kind of changed.
Okay.
And I think those changes, have caused some problems. With me and Sean, particularly, the confrontation that happened in the library. I think that's likely what this is about. I think I can admit that perhaps I got a little too vocal. But and maybe I threw a couple books as well as him. But I just don't think I don't think it's my fault. I think essentially what I can imagine that he was upset about was a rumor that may have occurred. There was something I said offhand, about how maybe he's on drugs or something. Because I couldn't explain his behavior. I couldn't explain why he seems to be hooking up with girls that he's never met before, or just kind of changing his whole being. I know he had mentioned before that his brother was involved with drugs, his older brother, and that, he'd even offered him before, to use them, but he didn't. He said he didn't, but who's to know at this point? I feel like I'm just worried about my friend just not being who he is anymore. And so it kind of frustrates me, and maybe I said something, but, I just don't think it's my fault that it got started. I didn't intend for any rumors to happen. So, ultimately, that's the way I see it at this point.
Okay. And I'd love to get some more details on your situation, but I think we should turn it over to Sean and I'll get your side and your perspective, and then we can start to determine some more details about the situation. Thank you for sharing.
Alright, well, Yeah, my side of the story is it started when like I got a call from student support and intervention, and like I thought it made me nervous at first because I was like because it was so close to graduation and I didn't have time to deal with something like this because I had so much pressure to pass all my classes because if I didn't pass I couldn't graduate. So I had all this on my plate, and the worst thing about this is that I'm in a group project right now with this guy named Rod, who happens to be like a famous drug user and happens to be like the school hookup or the school dealer or whatnot. So at first I didn't even want to associate with Rod in the first place because I've seen drug abuse happen in my own family, and yeah, like what Emily said with my brother, he's real bad with it right now, and yeah, I don't know what to do in his situation, but besides him, like I was shocked to find out that I hear that reports have been made by my friends suspecting that I was on drugs, and I went to confront two of my friends about it, and they were saying like, Emily started the rumor about you being on drugs, and that's what really ticked me off because Emily knows that my brother has done drugs and still on drugs, and she knows that she's offered me drugs before, but every single time I've turned it down. So yeah, I confronted her in the library, and I wanted to do it in a calming manner, but with everything going on right now, with getting a call from student support and intervention, being so close to graduation, trying to pass all my classes, like I was upset. So yeah, the book may have knocked off the counter and stuff like that, but I don't feel like things exploded because it was my fault. I feel like if Emily hadn't started the rumor in the first place, then we wouldn't even be in this situation, you know. But yeah, that's how I feel about like my side. Honestly, I just need this to be resolved so I can graduate and just move on with my life, pretty much.
Okay, thank you for sharing. So Emily, you said you guys have been friends for a while, and I just want to really summarize what you said and see if I'm on track with how you're feeling and your perspective on the situation. So you've been close friends, and you felt a shift in the relationship, it seems.
Yeah, I feel like he's hanging out with the wrong crowd. It's like his brother, being on drugs. I'm learning now that he's in that group with that Rod guy. I don't know who that is, but that doesn't sound like an appropriate environment for him. And then, part of what started this was I had a friend come up to me in the cafeterias and tell me about how he's like hanging out with this sketchy campus hookup friend or something. And I wonder, why are people talking to me about this? It's almost getting embarrassing now to know that my friend is up to just no good, I guess. Just maybe in drugs, maybe just I don't know. It kind of makes me feel bad that I feel like now I'm hearing it and it's coming back to me and I deal with it. And it's like I'd rather not. I wish things could just be as they were. I wish he could just calm down and know that hey, things have changed and you need to recognize that. And so you need to get things on track, whether you're on drugs or not. Like I don't think so, but I feel like you can see why I might assume that. You can see why I might think things are going down the drain, and it bothers me.
So it seems to me that you have some concern for Sean and his situation, and you want the best for him, it would seem. And I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I see concern expressed on your side from the current situation.
I'd say that's fair.
Okay. And Sean, for you, you've been contacted by the school, and you feel like this has been a rumor that has gone out of hand about
Exactly.
drug use.
Yeah.
Okay, on your side.
Well, my side is like, yeah, I have a group project with the school hookup. But the thing is, like, as I said in the beginning, I didn't choose him as a partner. Like I didn't choose any of this. My professor simply grouped us together, and like I said, I have to pass all my classes in order to graduate. And in order to pass this group project, I need to be with Rod doing our group work. And honestly, people should just come up to me and ask if, like, if I'm on drugs or if like we're hanging out, if we're both doing drugs, because like honestly, it's not what it seems to everybody, what everybody thinks, you know, because it is just a project, and I'm just there to get my work done and get out. That's pretty much it.
Okay. So I can tell that you were feeling concerned about your own future through these allegations, and they're feeling not supported by friends
Right.
through your hard time in school.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know if either of you have any more to express on the issue about how you're feeling or about your perspectives.
Well, I think I can understand, how what I may have said it's like maybe been construed as a rumor or something, but that was never my intention. Like I just kind of said something offhand because I was frustrated, and ultimately I think like if Sean can recognize, how he's been kind of changing and how he needs to be more aware of his surroundings, more aware of his environment, and maybe look at our friendship and recognize its importance. I think I could feel better about that. I can definitely recognize the damage that a rumor could cause to him. I didn't want that. Like I said, that was not what I intended to do. But I don't know if I'm ready to admit at this point that I made a rumor about him, because I don't think I did. I think people decided what they were going to say, and talked about it. And if anything, maybe it's the way he's been acting and who he's been hanging out with, that people could have construed that out of just an offhand comment from me.
So I see that your friendship is important to you, and you really just want to have this issue addressed and resolved in a calm manner.
Yeah, I needed to recognize it, and we can just move on from it, honestly.
And what do you feel like you need from this meeting, this conversation for your future?
I mean, I do like me and Emily's relationship, but like the fact is that I'm acting weird these past few weeks because I've been so stressed out with school lately and all this. Like I'm trying to pass all my classes. I don't want to fail any of my classes. These are my final classes I need before I can walk, and that's all I need. And I honestly feel like I don't need any of this kind of drama things getting in the way of me graduating, because especially if it's just rumors and it's not true. Yeah, so that's my point of view on this situation.
Well, I want to thank you both for sharing your perspectives. I feel like I've gained enough information for us to move into the agenda portion that I mentioned earlier in this meeting. You both have expressed yourselves well to me, and I have a better idea of the situation at hand. While we complete this agenda, it's more of addressing the issues that we see. And I would really like this to be a group effort, and you guys to bring forth issues that you feel like you're facing because of this conflict and this issue. And then we can list the issues that we want to then problem solve with and negotiate. I do think that this will be helpful for us from hearing everything, but I don't know how concrete our problem solving will be. So we'll just see where this next step takes us, and I'll write them up on the board behind us, and we can get an idea of what we want to talk about. But I can see that both of you want a solution and want to get past this. You both want this to be behind you. So I think we should prioritize the issues that we feel like need to be covered. So if you feel like you have an issue that you want me to write up here, you can do that. So Sean, do you have something?
Yeah, one thing I want is Emily to apologize first. And second, I want her to just admit to me and to everyone that she spread this rumor knowing it was false.
Okay. I'm just going to paraphrase a little bit. I'm going to make these a little broader, and then we can narrow down to the exact steps to solving the problems. But overall, you want the rumor to be ended, and you want to feel heard and
someone might need to be clear.
Yes,
pretty much. Yes.
Okay. Emily, is there anything on your heart?
I feel like ultimately, I just want Sean to recognize the kind of actions he's been taking has seemingly changed him and affected me because of it. You know, I feel like if he can admit to himself that like his behavior and just the people he's been hanging around with just maybe aren't the best, and that he could see why I might have said the things I said, you know, and recognize from my point of view my concern. I think that would make me feel a lot better about the situation. I also really want him to know that like it wasn't my intention to make a rumor, you know, and that, you know, I don't know if I have full responsibility for it at this point, but, you know, I'd be open to talking to people about it, you know. I'd be open to maybe saying, hey, I may have misspoke. I shouldn't have said what I said, but, you know, I just, like I said, I'm open to it, but only maybe if he can understand that, you know, I didn't start this, you know, to cause him any problems. If anything, it's a reaction from how I feel like he's changed.
Okay. And so you really want to express that you had no malicious, meaning for anything you did, or
I know it can damage his reputation and screw with graduation. And obviously, I don't want that. You know, if I want him to, you know, not be hanging around some unsavory folks and being my friend again, you know, I certainly wouldn't want him to not graduate because of it. You know.
And I think at the root of this too is reestablishing friendship. Maybe I don't know if you both feel that, but working on your friendship together. Is that a fair one to put up? Okay. And I know you also have the goals of passing your classes and graduating, and you're afraid of the conflict getting in the way of those goals, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I feel like this is just a very broad idea of what we want to negotiate on, but I do see a lot of similarities between what you both have said. So I think we can land on some things to agree upon, and I think a lot of it can be taken care of right here in this meeting today. I don't think there are a lot of things that we need to handle along the road or long-term things. I think a lot of it can be solved here and then in your actions going forward as well. Do we feel like these kind of cover things, or is there anything else we want? You feel like you want an apology. I think you both want apologies. I think you both want to forgive each other, forgiveness. And I don't want to assume any of your thoughts. So if you feel like I'm saying something that isn't what you feel, please let me know. And we also want the rumor to be ended. We want to recognize a behavior change and maybe discuss that change and how it's making others in the other parties feel. And then address the friendship, because I think that's the root of why you're here and the core part of how you feel, is because you are such good friends. So with this agenda in mind, with this proposed agenda, do you think we can address your concerns and issues going forward?
Yeah, I think it's a fairly comprehensive agenda.
Yeah.
Is there anything else either of you feel like you need to share before we go into there?
I think the only thing I might add is just that, you know, it's going to be more than just Sean recognizing the behavior change. I feel like I additionally might want some sort of like, you know, maybe promise or expectation that he'll work to kind of bring himself back to the guy he was before, you know, that he's at least going to try.
Recognize, I guess, a change in behavior, progression there.
Yeah, just something that says like, you know, if he can say, yeah, I realize how I've been is not the way it used to be, and I think I can try and be better. You know, I can make progress towards it. You know, because I think just saying that he's recognizing it might not be enough. He might need to commit to changing a little bit.
I think that's a fair point for how you're feeling, and I think during our negotiation we'll get into more details of like how we recognize this behavior and maybe steps to recognize it, because it's true that maybe for you feel like an apology might not be the complete package for you in that situation. Do you have anything to add, Sean, or any feelings on that?
No, Yeah, I just feel like friendship is something very important that we should fix. For
Okay.
sure.
Okay. So I think we can start to, if we feel like this is comprehensive for us, we can head into more of a negotiation stage or preparation of an agreement for the two of you, because I think a lot of your ideals line up, and I think we can come to a good agreement from what we've discussed today. Okay. So let's see. The issues we want to address. So to start, I feel like both of you feel like there's a need for recognizing errors done or hurt feelings, why the conflict occurred, and apologies. Emily, what would that look like for you? You know, like, what do you want from Sean?
Sure. I mean, I feel like specifically if we're talking like apologies, it might be saying like, hey, something like, hey, Emily, I know that how I've been acting isn't really how I think you would have wanted me to be as a friend. I think like our friendship is valuable, and I'm sorry that maybe I've made it seem like it's not as valuable. And I think I'll do better to recognize when I'm acting this way, and I'll work towards changing the behaviors that represent it as such. I think anything that he can do to make me believe that things will just kind of go back to the way they were, and that we can just keep being friends, and I won't have to feel like, won't be worried about what he's up to, or won't be worried that he's going to end up just like his brother. I just think that's a big deal for me.
And Sean, are you feeling willing to apologize for anything that you've done, or that you feel you've done, or maybe that Emily has seen?
Well, after listening to what Emily has to say, like, I do kind of notice like how I've been acting lately. But as far as the rumor goes, like, I feel like that was just kind of out of hand. But I think something for me to take more into consideration is that, Emily is my friend. She's one of my close friends, and my communication towards me being in the group with Rod and stuff like that should have been communicated effectively more towards her, so she wouldn't maybe like start the rumors in the first place. Maybe this is something I just realized, but I think working towards more effective communication.
Because what I feel like I'm hearing from Emily is really the importance of friendship, and I think she has been feeling as if you haven't been putting in effort or care into that friendship. So I feel like that is that how you were feeling, Emily? Just that you want your friendship reestablished, and
I feel like if he really cared, he would let me know, like, hey, just heads up, I might be have to work with this guy. I'm not doing it because I want to. Then maybe it wouldn't have caught me by surprise. When someone says, because that's basically what happened. Someone comes up to me and catches me by surprise that my friend who I was already worried about, might be changing and hanging out with the wrong crowd is now working with this guy, on his project. And I just think like, oh, that's not what I want to hear. But if you would have been a little more forward with me and say, hey, this isn't how it is, then I probably would have not even worried about making a comment or anything. I probably would have just felt more trust in, the whole situation.
And do you feel as if maybe had you heard it in a different way, or you could have approached Sean and asked him directly some of these concerns instead of maybe assumptions? Maybe just a clearer line of communication between the two of you would have helped a little with how you felt about the situation?
Yeah.
Or feeling comfort in doing so?
I think so. I think like, I looking back on it, I probably could have, just asked him directly, and it's hard because I said what I said in just like a moment, not thinking I was like trying to plan some way to take him down, but like, people didn't see it that way. And so, I think looking back on it, if I could have just stopped for a moment and then just asked him directly, hey, what's the deal? Then I think that probably would have worked out better for everybody, but that's not what happened. And so I think in general, I think a more direct line of communication would have been more beneficial, for certain.
Yeah. So I definitely think both of you have expressed really acknowledgement of your own part in the situation, in the conflict. Conflict goes both ways, and I think you guys can both maybe promise to each other that you'll, try to move on from this and do better, but also just an apology to each other would be something you both could agree upon. Apologizing for the things we just discussed and your own part in it. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, I think that sounds fairly fair. Yeah.
And another important element is the ending of the rumor. Do you feel comfortable, just if anyone asks, making sure that the rumor, I don't know how you'd like to handle that.
I think, thinking on it, I can kind of recognize that perhaps, my words had some consequences that obviously I didn't intend, if maybe Sean recognizes that I wasn't trying to hurt anybody and it wasn't out of malicious intent, I'd be willing to try and clear the name, when people ask, or maybe even go out of my way to talk to some of the people that heard me directly in the cafeteria and be like, hey, what I said wasn't a place of truth, I just said it because I was upset, but me and Sean have worked it out, and I know he's not on drugs, and just kind of, I think that could be reasonable, but I just want him to at least admit and recognize that, I didn't do this to hurt anybody, and I wasn't trying to start a rumor, because then if that's the case, if there's always this feeling that I started a rumor, then I don't know if our friendship can ever be repaired unless, we both recognize that that's not really the case.
Sean, how do you feel about Emily's perspective on that, or her ability to, if anyone else comes to her and asks her about it, that she's honest about how things are going and doesn't continue to say anything that could be misconstrued to the best of her ability?
I feel like that's a great idea for her to do, because I just don't want this to ruin my reputation, just carrying over into right after I graduate applying for jobs. I don't want this ruin me being a drug addict, coming to rise, and then I won't be able to get a job.
Okay, that sounds good. So I know that you feel like you've recognized Emily behavior changes from Sean. So to express those concerns, do you have any ideas on how Emily you'd feel better addressing that?
Well, I think the first thing that I could think of is maybe because I recognize that Sean's got a lot of work on his plate. I hadn't really considered it before the meeting. How much stress he might be under himself. I feel like I can at least empathize with that. That kind of pressure to graduate and that pressure to get all your classes passed, and I can kind of understand that if he has to work with this guy, he has to. And so maybe it's not that Sean has been neglecting me as much as it's been he just doesn't have the time for me. And I feel like if he can maybe recognize that and try and do his best to make time, or at least be clear that hey, I'm sorry that I don't have the time, but I will later, kind of thing. And I think that could maybe make me feel better about it and know that he's not changing because he's getting mixed up and stuff. He's just really busy. He's really tired. He's really stressed out, because I think that can happen to anybody. And so I think if there's more communication about why he's been acting the way he's acting, and further, just kind of whenever something comes up, if we could be honest with each other about why we're feeling this way, then I think that would kind of make these assumptions not happen as often.
And how do you feel about that, Sean? Just making more time for each other in your friendship, and as Emily expressed, we know that it sounds like you're very busy with school, but I think just taking 20-30 minutes out of your day to meet for coffee or whatever you guys like to do together could help make you feel as if there's effort being put into your friendship and your care for each other. Do you feel like that's
I feel like we can move forward with that for sure.
Okay. And so I think that friendship really rounds up all the things we've discussed today as a whole. Focusing more on your friendship. So I feel like we don't necessarily have a concrete steps to what you need to do. In this case, it's more of mutually apologizing to one another and seeing to it that you are putting effort and communication into each other. Another option is, therapy together or separately, just about communication, specifically targeting that element of a relationship. I don't know if either of you feel like that's necessary for the situation, or after this conversation you feel fulfilled in your decisions, but that is another potential option. What do you both think on that?
Well, I think if there's anything, if Sean wants something concrete, or if anybody wants something concrete, like I said, the most concrete thing I can say is like I'd be willing to, at this point, like dispel the rumors. If that's really what it takes, because I don't want him to get his reputation damaged, and I don't want him to get a good job and go to graduation. So, if I have to take the hit on it to tell people, I messed up, I said something that was out of hand and out of line, and I know now better after talking to him, that can really make a huge difference, then I'd be willing to do that. I feel like at this point I feel more trusting that Sean's gonna, try better to have more communication with me. And I think if he can promise to do that, then I can promise to go out to even go out of my way to make sure that that the rumors are kind of put down when I hear them.
Sean, do you feel like you need any concrete meeting or a form of therapy or anything, or do you think what Emily has said on just you mutually agreeing to put more work into your relationship and move forward, do you feel like that's enough?
Yeah, I feel like this is enough, and I feel like we don't need to go to any therapy. It's not a very intimate relationship or anything like that. So we're just really close friends, and I feel like if we both say that we're gonna move forward with this and do what we say we're gonna do, then I feel like we can move on from this.
Okay, I think that's great. I think you guys have done a great job expressing your concerns with one another, and I just want to commend you for your commitment to working this out today. So we can sign this agreement. It's very small, but we can still sign it and make sure you both implement it. But basically, I think the concrete things we have are just apologize to each other, and you don't have to do it here with me. You can do it alone for yourselves. Just mutually apologize for the part you took in your conflict. Then make sure to make time for each other and communicate situations. So maybe you feel more comfortable communicating concern if he's with people that you don't think could be a good influence, and then you can also, feel like you can directly communicate about, I'm in a group with this person and I can't change that. So you both feel like you're on the same page. So just work towards better communication and more time spent together, and then address the rumors and take responsibility if need be, if it comes up. Do we feel like this agreement and those steps really address the concerns we discussed and all the concerns we put up there?
Yeah, I think the agreement's fairly comprehensive at this point.
Okay.
I think I'd be willing to stick to it.
Okay, and I'm going to sign, just as your mediator, that I was here and watched you make these agreements, and then you can both sign and implement those into your relationship.
Okay.
Perfect. Great. So moving forward, do you feel, I don't think it sounds like we need another meeting, but do either of you feel like that would help?
No, I think we can move forward from this.
Okay. That sounds great. And then I just want to address one more time that this is a confidential meeting, and everything we've discussed today will not be shared past these doors. It's just between all of us. So moving forward, after this I will destroy my notes that I've taken, and no one else will hear about our discussions today, and you can, leave feeling confident in that, and that we have, you have no concerns there. Okay. So do we feel fulfilled?
Feel good.
From our meeting? Anything to add, or?
I think at this point I just kind of want to say I'm sorry I had to come to this. It seems like I wish, I don't know. I just wish we could have just never had this in the first place. And it's unfortunate that it happened, but it's good that we're at least talking about it now. So I think if moving forward we can just stick to what we agreed to, I don't think it'll have to happen again. And I'll try better to kind of watch what I say, and try and by communicating better with you, I think
Same here. Yeah, I apologize for acting in a weird way, and like you said, effective communication from here on out.
Well, thank you guys for your commitment to, finding a solution to your conflicts today. And I'm glad I was able to be here and help.
Thank you, Grace.